Hello everybody and welcome back to Benjamin Magnus Plays Hearts of Iron 3. Last episode, Barbarossa launched off, which is frankly terrifying because I'm not used to being on the wrong end of a route so badly. There are numerous places on our defensive border where the Germans have broken through. Right here. Oh, another major defeat. So 65 to 2,000. We lost a city. This is what's awful, is we weren't able. You know, look how many troops they sent in. They attacked with overwhelming numbers then. We lost so many men trying to defend a city that was heavily fortified. Oh, they already got into it. So that means where was that? Right there. No, we're not going to send men into there to attack. Alrighty. So, you're moving there. That means that province is wide open. That means... Alright, you're falling back there. This province is no longer tenable. These provinces are no longer tenable. Not even involved in combat, but well, let's let it play out just a little bit longer. The SA, they still have SA units, and they're attacking Soviet tanks. They're never going to do anything. Alright, so that province fell, which means they're going to be able to flank me. Which means the rest of the line is in danger. Alright, we have units to send up. I just want to kill as many Germans as I can before falling back. I just don't know how feasible it is. We're going real slow. We want to make sure units don't get overrun. Although it looks likely. Because these... Alright, so we got to start falling back. Whoop. Alright, we already told all those guys to go, so you guys got to get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Before we forget. Trying to think about this logically. I don't mind losing manpower, but I do not want to lose I don't want to waste IC, basically. And we gotta start falling back here. These positions are becoming untenable. And what's good for me is the farther they push into my territory, the longer their supply routes get. And the Germans always have trouble with supplies in Russia. And I made sure that I didn't build any infrastructure to the left of the Magnus line. I built infrastructure all up and down the Magnus line and to the Magnus line. And I actually did build a little bit in the Pripyat marshlands, but that's because I planned on using it. And that's not really going to help their supply situation too much. But I didn't build any infrastructure to the west of the Magnus line. SA units are attacking me, but they're getting wrecked. Major defeat. Whoa, that was a bad one. We lost 6,500 were killed on the battle. Yep. So we outnumbered them 2-1. We lost 6,500 men. They lost 200. And that was in hills. This is ugly. Especially those tanks. I don't want to lose those tanks. Why are you attacking the Germans? Oh, you know what? I bet it's because I told these guys to move in, and then the Germans overran those positions. I keep looking at the German bombers going, at least my bombers are out. Oh, no, I'm Russia. Okay, well, this is unfortunate. Unless they're already out. Oh, there's 3 there, 2 there. Alright. So we're still bombing German supply lines. We are defending in some positions. We are defending. Oh, this is going to be super ugly, though. I think what's going to happen is they're going to hit the Pripyat marshlands and kind of break around them. But still, this area up here is where I'm nervous, because they've managed to punch through my lines pretty easily without too much difficulty. A lot of these units are unorganized and getting overrun. We don't actually want to attack them. Units are starting to break. 5,000 to 2,000. Alright, these situations are becoming untenable as well. Fall back. 7,000 to 2,000. What's a shame is that some provinces, some entire areas, are perfectly capable of defending for a while, but because I don't want to lose the units to flanking measures, we have to, you know, abandon the untenable positions. And what's going to happen is hopefully we'll be able to get these units out of town before they're overrun. Just want to keep a weather eye on some. Whoa! Look at those guys. There's no organization here. They're not in combat. Does that mean the Germans? The Germans actually gave up there? All right, retreating, retreating. You guys are still good. You guys are still good. Well, no. That's not a... That position's untenable. We're actually winning there. But, again, untenable position. Cannot be attenuated. Because the Germans are breaking through. I know it's not a word, I'm just being an idiot. Who's moving right there? Nobody should be moving there. Fall back. Some units are definitely going to get overrun. Definitely going to get overrun. Trying to go slow so I don't fuck this up. Ah! Take that, Romania. The further that they drive into German territory, see, look at this. This is hideous. Look at all these units completely crushed by the Germans. Up here in the north, we are getting wrecked. So as soon as we move to a province, we need to start falling back towards Riga in the Magnus line. Hopefully, we'll be able to hold the line. But considering the ease at which the Germans have managed to puncture these areas, I am not holding my breath. Alright, we gotta retreat. We're actually, there have been a couple battles where we have given the Germans a nice little bloody nose. Fuck out of here. But it's not nearly enough because the line has completely collapsed. Like the battle for this city right here has actually been pretty bloody for the Germans. They're about to break through there. I think we are facing German divisions there as well. No, just Hungarians. Just Hungarians. How we doing here? Okay, they're about to break through right there. Got some tanks here. Let's see if we can try to plug a gap, at least for a brief period of time. So we do have defenses set up in the marshes, which are easily the most defensible locations. soon their bombers are going to start getting within range of our... I'm definitely going to start suffering from overruns. I guess when all is said and done, we'll figure it out when the situation stabilizes. Again, we can't hold these positions, so we have to abandon them. Unfortunate. What's really unfortunate is the fact that I'm not getting... Well, I haven't gotten my event spawn divisions yet. Yet. That's the thing, is yet. This whole army corps looks like it's about to be overrun. If the Germans get there first, I think that's what happens. Which is a shame, because they were probably one of the best ones on the line. But it's really hard to prevent overruns during blitzkrieg attacks like this. Alright, you guys gotta fall back. What I need to start, yeah, like, units that can fall back need to start just falling back. Yep. Well, major victory. Oh, we won a battle. With cavalry. Interesting. Alright, so... What's unfortunate here is that, again, even though the line is strong, the situation's becoming untenable because we're about to crack and break. So what we're going to do is start retreating away from the line. Falling back to the next defensive position. Because the situation is no longer tenable. So we're going to start pulling back. Because we can no longer hold these positions. This city we're making the Germans fucking pay for, though, at least. Well, we almost broke one panzer division, which is really not saying much. The Germans have easily broken through in the north, which is disturbing. At least we do have some garrisons in these cities that we can fall back to. I'm trying to keep a cool head right now. My brain is screaming, but I'm trying to keep a cool head. Alright, what the hell just happened? Soviet high-velocity gun. The 76mm gun, M1940 F-34, was a 76.2 millimeter Soviet tank gun used on the T-34-76. A modified version of the gun, the 76mm tank gun, M1941 ZIS-5, was used on the KV-1 tanks during World War II. Nowadays, the two versions are often referred to by their factory designations F-35 and ZIS-5, respectively. High-velocity gun gained 90 on tech. The Stavka, the main command for the armed forces of the Soviet Union, established June 23rd, so that just went by, 1941, by the top secret decree signed by Joseph Stalin in his capacity both as the head of the government and as leader of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. According to the decree, Stavka was composed of the defense minister, his president, blah, blah, blah. Okay, he'll gain some advances in common and guard warfare tech. Officer recruitment, 100%. Agricultural industry, industrialize the farms, yes. Guards Heavy Armor Brigade, create them. Guards Infantry Brigade, create them. Kaiser Wilhelm II passed away, so that doesn't really affect them too much. Food rationing, yeah, free supplies, we'll take it. Now, I don't think that actually created any units on the order of battle. Or did it? Kind of. It did. It created some armor units right way over here. I mean, we got to do something with them, so Let's redeploy them to the north of the Magnus line. Because that's where we are in full retreat. Nothing short of full retreat. Now, if we go to production, we can build guards infantry. Now, what's the difference? It's smaller. It has a better heart attack by 1. It's more defensive. All right, so they're tougher, basically. They're tougher by a little bit, but they need more. They need more officers. And we have guards, NKVD, Communist Militia, and guards heavy armor, which, I mean, it's a picture of a KV-1. What's the difference here? Well, they have more organization, too. These are all the same across the board for the most part. Oh, we got Rocket Arty, which I completely forgot about. So maybe I'm wrong about the event spawn units. Those ones spawned in perfectly fine. All right, you guys need to get out of town. So let's see if we can get you moving faster. A lot of these units I'm super nervous about because I want to get them to the far side of the Magnus line before they actually break. But I don't know, like 15 divisions right here are in danger. The line has completely shattered. It's holding strong in the south, but the situation's becoming untenable in certain areas, which means we have to fall back. But at least in the south, it's a much more defensive area. Up in the north, it's really rough. Well, which is funny considering this is all plains. So whenever I launch attack against Germany and the Soviet Union, I always attacked really hard in the south with my tanks and then kind of pushed lightly in the north. The Germans are doing it the other way around. Got to get these guys out of town as quickly as we possibly can. Even that's still pretty slow. As long as we can, I feel confident as long as we can keep the Magnus line secure. Oh, look at that. 4,092. What happened here? No, wait. Why didn't we stay? He shattered that quickly? Wow. The garrison division shattered in an instant. That is so bad. They barely put up a fight. Barely. And that was in a city with a garrison. The only thing that I've got sitting in my head is that, Jesus Christ, at least the Magnus line is there. Infantry gun advanced. Sloped armor tech. Good. Sloped armor gain 365. Soviet industry transfers to Siberia. When the onslaught by the Germans began, Soviet unions in the West were quickly overrun, and remnants of the Soviet army had to rapidly devise a plan for defense. The Soviet leadership decided that the Red Army should slow down the German advance, what I'm trying to do. Not really going that well. German advance and force their armies to spread out as thinly as possible, what I am trying to do. This would make it possible to launch a counteroffensive during the next year. It was also decided that this plan would buy the Soviets time to dismantle their heavy industry facilities in the West and move them to Siberia in order to maintain production. Leave it where it is, gain 200 manpower, not that much. Our industry base is threatened. We lose leadership in a ton of areas, but gain it in other areas. Lose industrial capacity and immediately gain... Oh, pillboxes and fortresses. A major threat. A major transfer is needed. Well, what's the difference here? All right, so leave them nothing. I'm thinking leave them nothing. All right, what is this? Let's form this command. Arrives. Chief Marshal of Aviation arrives near. I'm assuming that's a typo. Well, it also gives me IC. Germany of Kittner. What's Kittner? I have no idea what Kittner is. Was it? Or did I even read that right? Or was it Kickner? Kickner. Well, there it is. Germany has control over that. Why? All right, cavalry guards, cavalry brigades. Let's create them. Let's see, what is this? The Kurov plant, factory number 38. Was this another typo? Second major light tank factory. Pre-war locomotive works began making T-60s in July 1941. Continued until evacuated in the fall of 2. More men came to the plant. In October 43, light tank production ceased and the Su-76 production began. In June 1944, monthly production totaled 550 tank destroyers, 2,700 trucks, and 350 armored cars per month. Again, a tank factory and anti-aircraft guns. Yes. All right, well, at least we're starting to get events. And guards, cavalry should have formed somewhere. But I don't see them. I think it just, again, I think it just gives me the option to do that. Alrighty, falling back, falling back, falling back. We've lost another battle. Got to get to the Magnus line and try to reorganize. What's making me super nervous is the fact that, well, A, I'm going to start suffering from overruns, and B, the Germans have been able to attack like across rivers into cities and hit organized garrisons with little to no effort. Everybody's got to fall back. They're going to hit the Pripyat marshlands soon, which are a defensible area. Untenable again. All right. This has become untenable. 7,000 German casualties. Falling back, falling back, falling back. Fall back. I'm not entirely confident that the Magnus line will hold. Let's take a look at my own surrender progress. 1%. Soviet defense stiffens. Ooh. What do we got here? Red Army reorganization. Total excess forces available for Barbarossa are in the order of 3.9 million men. That's actually about how many men I had available on my defensive. In the game, at least. On June 22nd, the German Wehrmacht achieved total local supremacy in its initial assault with 98 German divisions, including in the number 29 armored and motorized divisions, some 90% of German mobile forces attacking on a front 750 miles between the Baltic Sea and the Carpathian Mountains against NKVD border troops and the divisions of the Soviet First Operational Echelon. Blah, blah, blah. Because it had complete deployment, it was ready to attack with 2 weeks of the Soviet army scheduled to finish its own deployment with the second strategic echelon in place. At the time, 41% of stationary Soviet bases were located in the near boundary districts. Many of them were 120-mile strips around the border. Hold the line. I don't know what that gave me. Organization is still only 16-17%. These units I'm worried about right here, because I'm pretty sure that either one unit's already been overrun, or unless there's 6 divisions here. Nope. Pretty sure one unit's already suffered from an overrun here. Under attack. All right. Well, we're already. I'm already telling you guys to get out of town. So get out of town. All right. Move. 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 Overruns is not something I can really afford. Alright, so they're attacking this guy, who should be just getting the fuck out. Just going down the border, making sure that everybody is either in retreat or holding decently. The north, I'm super nervous about. Super nervous about. Coal rationing, petrol rationing. Don't need any of those right now, actually. Didn't have any descent to lose. All right, so tech. Do we still have that 100%? Is that for the whole game? I actually forgot to look if that was for the whole game or just for a brief period of time. But right now, what we need is officers. So that's 750 officers per day. I don't even know if that's going to make up for my losses, though, because my combat losses are massive, massive losses. And unfortunately, Soviet tanks. One of our cores just shattered, which is what I wanted to avoid, but it was only one. Still bombing the German supply lines. Do we really? What's going on here? Why is it not using this? Well, this is weird. We need to add something on here. Something on the production queue. Air wing, flotilla, division. Let's make some bitchin' tanks. So guards heavy armored. And guards infantry to go with it. Because that's about as fast as they go. Rocket arty. Or medium arty. They act differently. We can do heavy arty. It's not going to slow them down at all. Well, it's going to slow them down a little bit, actually. And armored support. It's a pretty good division, right? Something on the production queue. So we're not wasting time. This is so hideous. This is about as hideous as it gets. Well, not the Germans, but no, fucking... I'm not worried about down south too much. I've been able to keep it organized down there. It's up north is where it's ugly and where overruns and lost units are going to be happening. 750 officers per day. I honestly don't even know if that's enough to make up for the losses I'm suffering. The hell out of town. Retreat. Everybody's retreating. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, you guys all move on the move. Everybody get out of town. Everybody get out. Out. Full retreat right now. Full retreat to the Magnus line. We got our really bad organization is what's really killing me now. I really, really wish there wasn't those purges right on the brink of Barbarossa, but that's the game. Gotta deal with it. But you're supposed to get your ass handed to you when Barbarossa hits. You just have to make it through to winter. If I can make it through to winter, that'll be fine. Unfortunately, it's only the second month in summer. We got all of what's it called? All of August to go through. Leave. I'd love to hold on to Riga. Don't know if that's feasible. Oh, these guys don't have any orders. Air intercept. Because we are gonna. They are within range now. Yeah. Any German bombers up? There's just no organization to be had. None. Scrap metal drive. Don't need it. Got supplies. Left and right. I'm trying to keep this organized to a point where I'm not getting overruns, but it's kind of hard when you're just in full rout mode. And you're just trying to desperately get your guys out of town before they're overrun. It's rough. It's rough, guys. It's real rough. The longer the German supply lines get, the better, though. The better it is for me. The only thing I gotta worry about is that the AI isn't necessarily always, forced to play by the same rules that the player is. Yeah, sure, when I was playing as Germany, supplies are a big issue. The AI might get a huge bonus to supply throughput and not have to worry about supplies. Where did it put those defenses, honestly? I wish if it actually shored up sections of the Magnus line, although this is the toughest section right there. We're actually almost to the Magnus line in the north here. If I can get on the far side of it and dig in, I think I'll be okay. But I don't know. I mean, we've managed to give our losses haven't been that bad. We've managed to give the Germans a couple bloody noses. Italy, really? Italy's not in the Axis? Or was I not... Am I... No, what? They declared a limited war. That's why. They didn't bring in their... It was a limited war, but Italy's not involved, but Hungary and Romania are. Maybe I was just... Maybe it was a different nation, and I'm just... Well, I clicked off too quickly. All right, everybody. With our lines shattered and breached, full-on retreat in the north to the Magnus line, organized retreat in the south, and just about to hit the Pripyat marshlands, we're going to leave this episode right here. So if you have enjoyed this, just drop me a like, leave me those comments right down below. And if you're interested in more Benjamin Magnus plays Hearts of Iron 3, just subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.